What is faith? When we talk about faith, we're talking about some very, very important things: knowledge, awareness, assurance, confidence, belief, trust, dependence, commitment, dedication. Okay, so faith is a huge matter because it allows us to understand God. It allows us to see God. It allows us to know that there's a God. Paul uses a statement in the Bible in Titus chapter 1. He makes a statement in his introduction. He says, Paul, a servant of God and an apostle of Jesus Christ, according to the faith of God's elect. That's a powerful statement. He says, he says he's been sent of God according to the faith of God's elect. So who are the elect? When we hear that term elect, we're talking about those selected by God, assigned to spend eternal life with God. Now, don't let that scare you. The fact is, you have a chance. As far as your information goes, listen, this is something that God is making available to absolutely everyone. Go after it. Those that hunger and thirst after righteousness will be filled. Focus on that fact that God is, even in this message, allowing you to understand that he loves you and that he wants you to spend forever with him. In that context, you've got the chance to be among those who spend eternity with God. That's how he primarily presents it to us. Choose life. The faith of God's elect is the focus. That phrase is the focus of this talk. So in his description, he says there's a faith that the elect of God exhibit. You say, but am I among the chosen? Well, let's consider the level of dedication you have to the knowledge of the truth. That's where we need to stop right there. We need to consider that faith describes the knowledge and the awareness that God gives you of reality, and that he makes that knowledge and that awareness available. He puts it in your mind to know that he's real and that his truth is real, that his existence is the basis for everything. You may not know that you know that, but you do know that. And your inner self, when encountering God, will respond to the fact that there is a God. And so hell isn't the place where God just sends people. It's a place where those who intentionally reject God go. And so when Paul talks about the faith of God's elect, he's talking about the knowledge, the awareness, and the dedication to that awareness that those who are going to spend eternal life with God exhibit. You want to be among those who exhibit the awareness of the people God chooses to spend forever with him. If you don't want, many people say, well, heaven and hell are here on earth. Heaven, I suppose, is having a lot of money, living on some paradise island, and being able to do whatever you want, however you want, whenever you want. And hell is extreme poverty and being bombed by your own government, that kind of stuff. Listen, we're not here to believe lies or to be deceived. What we're here to do is to ensure we get the most out of life, which is an impossibility if we don't dedicate ourselves to the God who gave us life. You and I can acknowledge and admit that we did not determine that we'd be born. Since we are born, we need to understand the rules of existence, the realities. That stated, there's a level of knowledge that God gives you. He explains it in greater detail in the Holy Bible. It is your responsibility to pray to God, read the writings he's written, and listen to the instruction given to you by those who exhibit the character and the power described in the Holy Bible, and that your inner spirit knows is true. Meaning, like the scriptures, those who are living in such a way in that their lives tell you that person has a connection with the maker of everything. There's a level of knowledge and a level of assurance and an awareness that God gives to those who are going to spend forever with him. Seek God for that in your life so that you can know where you're going to go when you do leave this planet, or at least life in its present phase.